It's prime time. It's prime time. Talk TV. Talk TV. We're letting you know.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Prime Time, and you already know you're on Prime Time Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video, and you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For Prime Time.
To this day. Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? How about the Bivol versus Zurdo Ramirez? Man, oh man, I tell you, it was a good fight. It was a good fight, and it was exactly, and I do mean exactly what I said it was gonna be. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? I love being right about boxing because, you know, boxing is my sport. It's my passion. I love it. I love the action. But let's go ahead and break this thing down. First of all, I give Zurdo Ramirez, honestly, y'all, I gave him 3 rounds out of that fight. I say it was 9-3 Bivol. I give Ramirez, I say the 3rd, 4th, 10th round, maybe. But, you know, Bivol it's a true testament to his fighting style and his fighting IQ. Plus, other things that I brought out. I said that rehydration about Zurdo. You know, if he come in and he rehydrates too much, he's going to be too big, too slow, too sluggish. And Bivol is fast. His reflex, his timing was faster than Zurdo. And look, I told y'all, Zurdo is going to have to come in and start fast right out the gate. And he's going to have to establish that body work and that in and out jab, some of the same things he did in the last 2 rounds against Gonzalez. Now, with this fight here, you're fighting a different animal, the same beast. Like Kobe Bryant said, are you the same animal or a different beast? Look, man, hey, Zurdo did come to fight, but as I said before, he was too slow. He got outpointed, outboxed, outmaneuvered, and it was a good fight. It truly was a good fight. You know, Ramirez had power, he had pop, but he was just too slow for Bivol. Bivol, like I said, you know, he's coming in off of beating Canelo. That right there already gave you the insight that his confidence level was going to be through the roof. Not only the champion at 175, but I just beat Canelo. So do you really think a Ramirez or anybody like that is going to upset him or whatever? No. And honestly, Ramirez was exactly like I thought he was in the Gonzalez. He was just a little too slow for Bivol. You know, I don't know how his team didn't see this. I don't know why they didn't, you know, work him out more on speed. But I'm assuming they were thinking that his power would derail Bivol and, you know, that they would be able to hit him with some good shots, which, of course, he did. He hit him with some pretty good shots here and there, but Bivol ate him and walked through him and kept doing what he was doing. He kept a steady fight pace throughout the whole fight. Bivol was just more busier, more accurate. He landed more accurate shots. And Ramirez, I mean, honestly, just going back to it again, that weight rehydration, man, you could tell he was slow. He was slower than Bivol, and Bivol exploited it every which and way he could. For real, you know. And honestly, with that right there, it should warrant a rematch with Canelo. But after seeing that, I don't think Canelo gonna want no more Bivol. I don't even think he's gonna be advised to mess with Bivol again, to be honest with you, because he's Mr. Consistent. And he's 175, so those power shots he's used to taking and he's used to giving them out. So, I honestly, look, you can't never discount Canelo for one, but I just think this right here is a little bit more than he can chew. I would honestly want to see Dimitri Bivol against Beterbiev. I think that would be a better fight. I think that would be the fight that Bivol wants, because he'll be taking, a belt with him. So, who wouldn't want to be a unified champion? So, of course, Bivol wants to unify. He said he want to go for undisputed. Undisputed means more to him than a rematch with Canelo. He even said that, y'all. So you can take that to the bank. Now, he said that he would rather fight for undisputed and get belts than to go after Canelo again. He said he already got the money. And guys like that, Bivol, are true boxers, true champions. Them guys ain't really about the money, especially when they got enough money to live off of the rest of their life. They ain't trying to go after 100 million and 200 million and $1 billion. Guys like that, shoot, you get them $5 or $10 million, put that in their bank account, shoot, man, they good. They ain't gonna be head hunting. Now it's about building legacy, and that's what Bivol is after. Now he's trying to build the same legacy that Canelo's trying to build. Now will we see a Canelo versus Bivol again? If I was a bet man, I would say no. But I'm not a bet man, so who knows? It could bring this fight back up again and make it a part 2. But it's hard to say what could Canelo do different to beat a Bivol. My main thing is work the body and establish a jab. I think he needs a double or triple jab to break the guard of Bivol. Like I said, against this Ramirez and Bivol was going to beat Ramirez because his defense was better. He was going to nullify a lot more damage than Zurdo would have, and that's how it was. Zurdo took a lot of damage. He didn't have a lot of good head movement. So those things, when putting it into a factor, it just lets you know which fighter is going to come out with less damage. And that's how I broke down my analysis. Who moves faster, who has better time, who has better footwork. And it was Bivol. All the questions I asked myself, it all came out to check Bivol. And the only minuses I had is who could take the better shots, who could take the better power shots on the chin. Now, Zurdo Ramirez, of course, he showed with that Gonzalez fight, he can take a punch. And even in this fight, he even took a punch. But it showed that Bivol had more experience as far as giving shots and taking shots. The defense it was a difference maker. And, Bivol looked the fresher of the two. Bivol won majority of all of the fight. And that's just, it is what it is. I mean, hey, it's not a knock on Zurdo. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, he was a Mexican tomato can. No. Because he won't no tomato can before that. He ain't going to be no tomato can after that. Now, do Zurdo need to work on his speed? Yes, he needs to work on his speed. He needs to get his weight under wraps, as far as making sure that he doesn't rehydrate to a certain size. So maybe you need to lose more weight, go down to 150 and then rehydrate or something, or 160 and rehydrate. I don't know. Your nutritionists know what's better, but rehydrating, coming in at 220, 30 pounds and all this and that, you haven't trained in that weight, so it's going to be hard for you to fight in that weight, especially when you're nervous, you're in front of a crowd, people screaming. It's different. It's a different feeling fighting in front of a crowd than it is fighting in front of a few homeboys and y'all doing sparring sessions. And that's one thing I hate the most in boxing with most boxers. It's like they leave it all in the ring when they're sparring, but then when they get in the ring, they're kind of holding their punches. And Zurdo, Ramirez was holding some of his punches. He wasn't letting his hands go and fly like he was against Gonzalez. And that's the difference maker. Styles make fights. Gonzalez was bringing the fight to him, headhunting, trying to go for a knockout. Whereas Bivol, he had more of a strategy, and he was playing the role of the tactician. So he was trying to break down Zurdo, and which he did. He broke down Zurdo. He didn't try and go head hunting for that one power shot to knock him out. And he didn't do that stuff that Gonzalez did. And that just lets you know, a true testament to Bivol, that he's very, very smart. He has a high IQ when it comes to boxing in that ring. He beat Canelo, y'all. And we tried to downplay it. Well, not me, but everybody else tried to downplay it, not even really talk about it that much. You don't even really hear people talking about it. And on some pound for pound list, they still got Canelo over Bivol. And Bivol got a belt and Canelo lost to him with that belt. So, it is what it is. Ain't nothing perfect and nothing that we do in life, so we can't expect for boxing to be perfect either. But I do hope it get better. I hope it grows better for the things that are going on in boxing, the fighters that deserve the recognition. I hope that they one day get that recognition that they need and deserve. And honestly, you guys, Bivol is earning your respect. Even if you're not giving it to him, he's earning your respect. You think about it. He just beat by far the biggest name in boxing, and they ain't really show him no love. Then he came right back, and now he beat one of the biggest threats in his division, and that's Zurdo Ramirez. That Canelo even said he wasn't gonna fight Ramirez. You know what I mean? You think about it. Ramirez is tall and big. He got a 3-inch more reach than Bivol does. Bivol has 72-inch reach, and Zurdo has 75-inch reach. So, Canelo wasn't gonna fight him anyway, in my book. He already said he's not gonna fight another Mexican. So him fighting Zurdo Ramirez, that was just imagination. So, hey, I will be the first right now to let y'all know that Bivol deserves y'all praise. He deserves to be respected. He deserves to be considered one of the best light heavyweights in the world right now, period. I don't know anybody else. Give me somebody else that's a better light heavyweight right now in this era than Dimitri Bivol. So with that being said, that's all I got for you in this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV. And I'm on social media everywhere. Definitely go to the website, primetimetalktv.com, and cop you some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out till next time.